Yeah, we done came from the bottom, mad that we up, but I don't hear him talking. Started with knowledge inside of my noggin. We took a dream and then we started blogging. Put my city on the map now. I'ma say how it is and I don't back down. On the road to 100K, we finna act out. We gon' show them that we not just in the background. We the main event, we the main show. We the one that people always gonna pay for. FYF, we the best, no debate though. Number one sports channel, every angle. I'ma show them all how we ride. Best sports talk show, we not like them guys. We playing it safe while they feather the lines. We pushing the narrative all the time. Like who to go in the game is not MJ. Kobe Bryant top 10, not what we say. I keep Elijah one is very overrated. Keep it real if it ain't fact, we don't say it. Now it's stable, we won't be ignored. We number one, especially when coming to sports. FYF bringing the heat here, of course. Where everything backed up with actual source. Everything backed up with actual source.
Nah, that's just passion. Love the game. You already know what it is. FYF. You don't got tough skin. Might as well not even come on in. Talk to 'em. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. LeBron better than MJ, cut it out. Half these fans in the stands don't know what they talking about. Half-court jumpers, crowd going wild. FYF ranked number one, you better say it loud. Intellectual talk, but fuck your feelings. Elijah 1 too overrated, Kobe still a realist. Top 10 all time, now how they cut the line. Magic Johnson, Draymond Green, one in the same kind. Fuck your feelings, fast break, stop and pull a J. He got how many rings, nothing else to say. With the team, live streaming, play by play. This the dream, full steam on the road to 100K. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Started small, then turned into big dogs. They treat me like the GM, I just make the call. No matter who my op is, I'ma stand tall. Then pull up to the game, fresh like I just left the mall. 100K, 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 check the score. We gon' bust the shot clock, fans running to the floor. All I hear is go this and go that. Man, your team suck, hang it up like a coke rack. I love the game, I admit it, I can't quit it. Step in front of me, man, your ankles gon' get the business. Been a legend like Moses Malone, way ahead of my time. This the greatest sports show ever, I just had to remind. FYF, FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again.
Yeah. All right. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I believe I fixed it now. Sorry, I switched to another mic. I think I should be good now. I I thought I switched to the correct mic. All right, we good now. But look, y'all, we got a show for you guys today, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. We got Jared, Emilio, Tiffany, Ned, T Killer, man. Salute to you guys. Look, and this is one of these shows, man, where I definitely want everybody, even for the people that don't typically come up here and speak on sports, man. People like Tiffany, Ned, obviously the women of the show. This is just one of them topics where I truly want to hear from everybody, the sentiments, the thoughts, because the one thing that I always do on this show, and you guys know that I have a track record on this show of defending athletes, irregardless of what the mainstream media says. I'm always, number one, going to side with the athlete unless proven otherwise. And there's been a multitude of situations where we've seen the media not only lie on these players, we've seen the media make up false narratives. And then one thing that we've also seen is we've seen the media hide other stories, not report on them accurately. For example, the Raquana Williams story, the WNBA player who also was charged with strangulation of her girlfriend, who also was charged with domestic violence, where in the police reports, it was reported that she held her girlfriend captive in the house for over 24 hours, abusing her, beating her, strangling her, all types of things. And this wasn't even the first time she got caught doing it. This is multitude. But the thing is, with that particular story, it wasn't all over ESPN, right? There wasn't people like Stephen A. Smith and Molly Karam and Malika Andrews. Those type of people weren't on ESPN saying, oh, she should never play another game in the WNBA. Oh, she should get kicked out of the league. So it's athletes out there, and we can go to a whole bunch of women's sports. You know, a whole bunch of this happens in other sports, and it just seems like when it comes to the NBA and the NFL, it seems like there's a specific narrative where people are trying to push this narrative that this happens in the NBA and in the NFL more so than other leagues, even though it happens in other leagues more so than not. I think there's a video that I'm going to play for you guys as well about what a U.S. senator had to say about this particular narrative and some of the things that get pushed. And that clip, I'm gonna pull these clips up, but we're going to talk about all of that. I'm going to make sure I find that clip too, because I think a U.S. senator even addressed and talked about in a Senate hearing this narrative of politicians and the media trying to paint athletes in a certain light when these same things happen everywhere else, and we try to hide and cover them up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about this Kevin Porter. And remember, I did the same thing with Deshaun Watson. What did I do with Deshaun Watson? Instead of just running with the narratives that are pushed about Deshaun Watson, what did I do? I went and got the court documents for myself, right? I went and got the judge's memorandum or the judge's summary of events. And then we start reading it, and it's just like, oh, this don't sound like the narrative that the mainstream media is pushing. This don't sound like it. I'm reading this stuff about Deshaun Watson, and and you guys need to go back and watch that video. The judge made a whole bunch of conclusions. Oh, this woman lied. Oh, she not credible. Oh, this woman had her son lie for her. Oh, this woman was a repeat customer with Deshaun Watson. So this is why the man didn't get charged, because half y'all just not very credible. Half y'all done got caught lying. And so what happens is we find a lot of these people are on a slander campaign for what? Quick checks, right? They know that there's a quick check at the end of this, because a lot of these players, a guy like Kevin Porter, guys like Deshaun Watson, they in the prime of their career. Every game that they don't play, every day that these stories are reported on in the media is more dollars and cents out of their pockets. Their ultimate number one goal is not to necessarily beat the Chargers. Their number one goal is, how do I make this go away as fast as possible so I can get back to making money? And we can hash out all of the other things, how they got themselves in these particular situations. That's a conversation for another day. The fact we're talking about these players, they're in these situations, but I think the media, And I think we need to do a little bit more due diligence in how we approach these topics. And I mean, this is one of, like, y'all did not, like, whenever these situations happens, y'all never see me just try to be the first one on it, just to report it and say, oh, he needs this, because it seems like every time these types of situations happen, it's always some other follow-up story that comes right behind it that tells and paints a whole nother picture. And it's always the follow-up story, especially if it does paint another picture. These are the stories that don't seem to get reported on ESPN or Fox News. They a little bit more unpopular. And so this is what we're going to be talking about today, man. And so I'm going to be reading a report. This was by the New York Post. All right. So the New York Post actually says Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. is asking, his attorneys are asking the Manhattan DA's office to drop assault charges after a revelation, and it's after the revelation that he did not break his girlfriend's neck. And so when we read into it, obviously that title is crazy. You said I tried to pin Ja Morant to the cross? No, I did not. I was one of the people on Ja Morant's side. I was one of the people on Ja Morant's side, PPLLC. I was on his side. A lot of people got on me because I specifically said the players of the NBA need to get behind Ja Morant more than ever, because they cannot allow the NBA to slam him with a long suspension over a non-criminal matter, and it's just a matter of morality. Because PPLLC, what I said was, if you allow the NBA to start diving into matters of morality and it has nothing to do with criminality, then what's going to limit the things that they can suspend players for? Like I said, if a guy gets called out on social media for infidelity against his wife, because it looks bad for the NBA, is the NBA then going to be able to step in and say, oh, you're suspended for 30 games because you made us look bad? These are matters of morality. What Ja Morant did with the gun, I don't really care for it morally, but no crimes, no charges. It's just a matter of morality, your preference. I don't like to see somebody in the car playing with a gun on camera. No, that's stupid to me. But is it a suspendable offense? And then as soon as I saw Miles Bridges' suspension for his criminal case, when I saw that, I said, well, there's absolutely no way Ja Morant gets more than that. So again, the player, like I said, and it wasn't a matter of, a lot of people were saying slam him, suspension this, suspending it. I said, no, not for matters like that. And it says right here, it says, my bad, I forgot. Yeah, I'm pro athlete. Big facts. I'm not pro management. Definitely pro athlete. So we gotta. That's why I say we gotta be careful. That's why I say I've always in these situations side with the player first, and then we hash out everything else after. So I'm gonna read through these details on the Kevin Porter Jr. situation, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in. I want to get y'all thoughts on it. So it says right here, Houston Rocket guard Kevin Porter Jr. is asking the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to drop second-degree charges after it agreed. Okay, so remember, it says the Manhattan District Attorney's Office agreed that Porter did not break his girlfriend's neck during an alleged hotel beating, according to his defense team. So whatever information that the defense for Kevin Porter Jr. submitted to the prosecutor, it was strong enough for them to already say, okay, we agree with that. He didn't break her neck. Let's dive deeper into it. It says Porter, who was arrested Monday for allegedly relentlessly beating and choking his girlfriend, former WNBA player Kysre Gondrezick, inside of the 4-star hotel at the Millennium Hilton in New York in Midtown Manhattan. It says prosecutors initially said, and see, this is where the prosecutor's case can start to crumble because they too themselves started to run with narratives. It says prosecutors initially said the savage beatdown left Gondrezick with a fractured vertebrae, according to a criminal complaint. But it says, but documents reviewed by the Post showed the fracture was actually a congenital defect and did not come from any physical incident with Kevin Porter Jr. So again, we look at the facts of the matter. The prosecutor's office was so thirsty to pin this guy to the cross. What did they do? They started pushing the narrative that her neck was broken by Kevin Porter Jr. And then after they do a deeper dive into her medical history, they see that she had a neck condition from birth. She had a neck. So that's what a congenital defect is. A congenital defect is a condition that you have since birth. So she had something going on with her neck since birth. And it says a fact that the DA's office has now conceded, according to his defense team. So Emily Tuttle, a spokeswoman for the DA's office, said we will decline to comment on this open and pending case. But it says, but now Porter's team is asking the office to immediately drop the second-degree felony assault charge against him, which carries a maximum penalty of 7 years imprisonment. And so what I'm saying from this point on, obviously we know that there are some other charges there, right? The domestic charges, the strangulation charges. But I'm always very leery of thirsty prosecutors. When I see prosecutors who completely trump up charges based on evidence that's shoddy and shaky, it makes the rest of your case below it look bad. So there are going to be some people that say, well, he might not have broke her neck, but he still did X, Y, and Z. The problem with that train of thought, you guys, is that if the strongest element of your case has been already thrown into the garbage can, what should I think about the lesser elements of your case? How strong are if you didn't take time to do your due diligence or a real investigation on the strongest charge, then how much of an investigation did you do on the lesser charges? Or were you just trying to pile on to this man? Were you just trying to pile on? You see what I'm saying? And that's what it started to look like. It seems that's what it seemed. It seemed like they were just trying to pile on. So that's an element that we got to look at. Is he truly guilty? I want y'all to tell me about these allegations, because the one thing that we don't know, we don't have any video. So right now, with the strongest element of this case, remember the broken neck was the strongest element. The broken neck was what we heard Stephen A. Smith talking about. We heard ESPN, oh, he broke her neck. He needs to never play another game in the NBA. Now, all of a sudden, the strongest element of everybody's claims as to why he shouldn't play in the NBA is thrown in the garbage can. What should we make of with the rest? What should we do with the rest? Because now everything else is just he say, she say. Everything else is he say, she say. And the craziest thing about it is the information about the broken neck was put out there by Kysre's team. It was put out there by Kysre's team. This is something that she knew when it got put out there. She knew that she had a congenital neck issue, and she did nothing. She didn't do anything to dispel the notion that, no, I already had something wrong with my neck. He did these other things, but he didn't break my neck. I already had something wrong with my neck. She did nothing to dispel that information. Percy says the strongest element is if he hit her. But Percy, and what I'm saying is, if Kysre's team, see, the thing is, and I'll put it to you like this: Kevin Porter Jr., who has the money to get these medical records immediately, to get somebody to really attack the nature of these charges right out the gate. What if this is Joe Smo, who has a public defender? And then he gets stuck with this. And see, that's why I say, if the strongest element of your case is already thrown in the garbage can, I want y'all to remember this. This is not something that was just put out by the defense. This is information that the prosecutor's office has already agreed to. The prosecutor's office they have looked at the information and they have already said, okay, you guys, you're right. She doesn't have a broken neck, and the neck issue that she has came from something else, but it wasn't because Kevin Porter Jr. broke her neck. That's crumbled now. That's completely in the garbage can. The great bodily harm aspect of it. This is the element of the case that we heard all over ESPN, all over Fox News. Everybody was, he shouldn't be in the league. He broke her neck. He tried to kill her. Y'all remember that element that people were saying he tried to kill her. Now that's in the garbage can. And see, I'm not one to just jump and just believe when somebody says, oh, he beat me up. I'm just going to run with it and believe it. Especially when it ain't no cameras, because in a lot of these situations, when we get to looking at the cameras, and if anything is recorded, video footage a lot of times don't be supporting what these people be saying. The real evidence don't support it. So if his team is already asking for this entire case to be thrown in the garbage can, what other information do they have to dispel these lesser claims that we don't know yet? And but the problem with the media is now the damage is done. If Kevin Porter Jr. even if this case is dropped, if Kevin Porter Jr. does not play another game in the NBA, it's not because he's either guilty or innocent of this charge. It's going to be because of the media campaign that was pushed out there, killing his reputation. There's no undoing what has been done to his reputation. I can do a million videos on his innocence if he's found innocent, and it will not undo. And the one thing we know for certain is if, let's say he is found completely exonerated and she fabricated this entire story and it's a whole different story comes out. You guys know what ESPN is not going to do? They're not going to come out and spend the whole segment talking about how she lied. And no, they're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to do what they normally do. They're going to put it on the ticker at the bottom of the screen and hope that somebody reads it, which we know most people don't even watch ESPN enough to read the ticker anymore. PP says, look at his past. He has a temper. I know. And the thing is, PP LLC, we can look at his past and try to use that to justify this. But what I'm saying is, once you start trying to connect these old situations to this particular situation, it just makes you biased. So it doesn't make you right. You just have a biased opinion on the matter. It don't make you right. But your opinion is biased because of other incidents. So if because you're complicating it by considering things that don't even matter in this case. So you're just biased. I'm not about to sit here and classify Kevin Porter Jr. as anything, especially in cases like this, when I've proven on far too many occasions that the media, mainstream media, other YouTubers will rather perpetuate a lie about a player than tell the truth. I've seen it far too many times. This is why I always side with the athlete. Prove me wrong in a court of law, something like that. And you know, Emilio, I think that situation was completely blown out of control. You know, I believe that situation was possibly because maybe Cleveland just didn't want him any longer. I mean, you completely disrespect the man by giving away his locker. That's just telling him you don't want him there. That's not a common occurrence. That's not a regular thing that happens every day in the NBA. We got ABJ. He says it's dangerous to find someone guilty based off the past, but it happens. Unfortunately, no. Not in a court of law. Maybe in the court of public opinion, it happens. But in a court of law, they generally try to keep any past transgressions out of it. Now, if you personally take the stand, you open the door for them to question you about your past transgressions. But but the thing is unless you are taking the stand yourself and they can question you, the evidence that they put forth in the motion of discovery cannot include, well, he did this in the past, so we think he definitely did this now. That can't be in nobody's motion of discovery. Their motion of discovery has to have real tangible evidence connected to this particular case. If it don't have information pertaining to this particular case, it ain't really relevant information that should be in the motion of discovery. Prosecutors have to disclose what evidence they're using to convict you. And so now from this point forward, now that the broken neck claim, see, the broken neck made everybody believe that without a shadow of a doubt, he had to have done something extremely violent to her, right? You don't just get in fights and then your neck is broke. I mean, it's rare that, and so what people were trying to push was they were trying to push a narrative. He's completely out of control. He got upset. Not only did he beat her up, he took it to a level where he almost put her life in jeopardy. These were the narratives that we heard pushed. That life in jeopardy narrative is no longer there. And this coincides with rumors that she's not even cooperating with the prosecutor's office, that she doesn't even want to talk about it or testify about it. These are the things we gotta consider. No, we don't have all the info, but the one thing that we have confirmed is that he didn't break her neck. The one thing that we have confirmed is that she allowed the prosecutor's office to run with a lie that she knew was a lie about her neck being broke. She was okay with them pushing the narrative that he was trying to kill her because her neck was broke. Like I said, she didn't come out and be honest with the prosecutors right out the gate and say, look, you guys, I know the medical team did a full check on me and they saw something wrong with my neck, but I already had a neck issue. It's congenital. That's not why that has nothing to do with the strangulation, or that would lend to more honesty, more clarity. That way the prosecutor's office isn't looking crazy already. Their credibility in these cases, it looks worse when, like I said, the strongest element of your case is based on a lie. It says she don't want to mess up the bag. He's probably guilty, but I'll wait until the verdict. I don't even know if this gets to a verdict now, because what we've seen, you guys, the way the legal system works, you guys, is when your case starts to crumble, it becomes more likely than not that your case could potentially be dismissed. Right? If she becomes a non-cooperative witness and she's not willing to go into depositions and talk about what happened, if she's not willing to work with the prosecutor's office, their case is going to lose credibility. And this is where we find some of these cases getting thrown out. Now, what you guys can say is, oh, she don't want to mess up the bag, like the man 9000 said. Well, from the looks of it, they've unfollowed each other on social media. It doesn't look like they're together still. So how is she messing up any bag if they are completely separated and they have nothing to do with each other? She has all the reason in the world to be spiteful now and just go ahead and cooperate. So from this point forward, because we know that they're not together, it would look as if her non-cooperation is because there may be some lies, there may be some truths about what really happened that can now more easily get proven wrong. Jared says, did he beat her? I don't know, Jared. I don't know what happened in these he say, she say cases. Who am I to believe any one particular side? Let's say you put on a mask, you walk up with a fake pistol. Let's say you walk up on me with a fake pistol. And I just say, fuck it. And I haul off and beat the living life out of you. Let's say I smack your arm down. I see that you got a fake pistol. So I just haul off and just go through with the ass whooping. Beat the life out of you. But it ain't no cameras or nothing around. So when the police pull up, the only thing police gonna see, you with your ass beat on the ground and me standing with my story versus your story. All right, my bad. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me fix it right now. I'm fixing it right now. Give me 1 second. All right, we good. He said Lamont was capping so much. YouTube admins packed him up. Nah, that don't be what's going on. Y'all be knowing what time it is. Hold on, let me get this link in here. Link is in the chat, man. Hit that link, pull up. I want to get y'all thoughts on this particular topic, man. Yeah, let me get y'all thoughts on this topic, man. Like I said, we not gonna be live a long time, right? But we're gonna be live long enough to cook on this. And I want to get y'all thoughts on this Kevin Porter Jr. situation and where are we at with the media? And ultimately, when is somebody gonna stand up for the athlete? Who's gonna be who do y'all believe is gonna be the mainstream media figure that finally says it on live TV that that a lot of this is BS? We have a lot of people who are scared to talk about this topic because they are scared to push back against the agenda that's getting propelled. Right? We remember when Stephen A finally stood up for Deshaun Watson because he heard Molly Karam just taking it a tad bit too far. And Stephen A, a lot of people call Stephen A. Smith a coon. Stephen A. Smith was the only person to stop Molly Karam in her little tirade and say, hold on. The man ain't never been charged criminally. The case was put in front of 2 grand juries and they both said he was innocent. We got to actually weigh that in the context of this conversation. He was the only one to stop and say, hold on. That's the only time I've ever seen it. Jared says, I believe that he beat her, to be honest. Look, Jared, like I said, Jared, in the example that I gave you, Jared, what did I say? I said, Jared, what if me and you meet up in a dark alley and you try to rob me with a fake gun? I realize it's a fake gun, I knock your hand down and I beat the living daylights out of you. People in apartments surrounding us hear you crying and whining, and they call the cops. And when the cops get there, all they see is a bloodied up Jared on the floor, and I'm standing there. It's gonna be my word versus your word. You the one on the ground beat up, but ultimately you was the one that was the aggressor. You were the one trying to commit a crime against me. You just got the worst end of the stick because you got jammed up. So in situations like that, like just because there's somebody that's beat up in any type of situation, don't always mean you the victim. Getting beat up don't make you a victim. Getting beat up just means you got the short end of the stick in some type of confrontation. Now, the truth about how you got beat up, that's the funny part. That's the hard part to figure out, especially when there's no video, when there's no audio, when it's just your word versus my word. And that's all we have in this situation. Her word versus his word. Because when we talk about Kysre, right? When we even go back and look at why she stepped away from the WNBA, she stepped away from the WNBA for mental health reasons. She stepped away from the WNBA for mental health reasons. I don't know what the mental health reasons were, but how am I supposed to know that? Maybe she didn't just have one of them mental breakdowns on her. I don't know what happened, but it's a lot of stuff that don't look good for her whole story. The fact that there are no other witnesses, the fact that the strongest element of her case is now thrown in the garbage can. What am I supposed to believe? I'm gonna wait and hear it out. Tiffany, man, what's good, man? Salute to the casual, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Tiffany, what you got on this?
I'm like you. I totally agree. Like these kind of subjects with domestic violence, especially with athletes, I just take my time and just let everything just play out. I don't like to rush to judgment on someone or even try to use somebody past against him. Because what if he is totally innocent of this? And everybody's in the chat. Look at, I mean, like Jerry just said, I think like you said, where's the evidence at? I'm waiting for everything to play out before I say anything.
Look at PP LLC said, Lamont, I'm gonna wake up, cancel defending him. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not here to just jump on somebody's side. I'm a neutral party. And I'm a neutral party that I start to sway to one side or the other when I start to see the lies and the original story get unfolded. So, right, I start in the middle, right? We got Kevin Porter. Over here, we got Kysre. I'm starting in the middle. It already just got proven that her neck wasn't broken because he strangled her. She had a congenital neck disorder. So prosecutor already lied about their strongest charge. Whoa, that sways me a little bit to Kevin Porter's side. Y'all done lied about that. Hold on. We can say Kysre has a mental issue. That what pushed her out the WNBA. Up a little bit more to Kevin's side, but like Percy Bradford said, Kevin Porter might have a mental issue. All right, that might bring me back a little bit closer to the middle. So I'm just following the evidence. And the thing is, PPLLC, we know that Kevin Porter has a troubled past. Has anybody bothered to look into the past of her? Does she have a troubled past? Or do y'all just don't care? Let me get to the casual, man. The casual, man. What's good, man? What you got on this, man?
Hey, man. What's going on? I'm listening to you, talk about it. And one thing I do agree with the chat on is that we, as much as you're bringing up these facts about the case, especially, there is, reason to look at Kevin Porter Jr. with the side eye and sort of say, this wouldn't be surprising if it comes out to be true. And that's a sad fact when it comes to him being a black man in America and, playing in the NBA and stuff like that, that you can say that, but that it is what it is. But again, I agree with you from the standpoint of we don't have all of the facts right now. It's strictly speculation based off of what was told to us, and the more information comes out, the more I'm low key looking at her end and wondering how much of what she's saying is true, or how much of what her party is saying is true. But at the same time, I'm looking at Kevin Porter Jr. with some of the like very known like problems that he's dealt with since like 2020. And it's really a tough situation. I really wish he was not in this situation. Being a dude in Houston, watching Kevin Porter Jr. since he's came here, like I saw growth from him as a man off the court. And so just watching how this is unfolded over the last week, it's not a good look.
So you know what? Let's just do this, just to be transparent, real quick before I go back to Tiffany. Let's just do this. We're gonna go over his troubled history because a lot of people say that he was troubled. So we can start when he was a freshman at USC. Details were never shared by his coach, Andy Einfield, but his coach claimed conduct issues as the reason why he was suspended indefinitely. We don't know what was going on, what the conduct was, but that's where it starts. I think by him being so general in his statement, it just left a lot of people to assume it was probably worse than what it was. But we don't know if he just got caught with smoking weed too much. We don't know what it was. He was suspended indefinitely. We can go to 2020. He was accused of assaulting a woman in Cleveland. This is Porter was accused to have punched and pulled a woman's hair in downtown Cleveland. The altercation took place while he was arguing with his sister. And it says there were no charges related to the incident. So it was just a reported incident, no charges filed. So you can weigh that however you want. In 2020, he was involved in a 3-car crash. And it says Porter was involved in he was actually involved in a 1-car crash. He was involved in a 1-car crash that led to 3 charges: improper handling of a firearm, failure to control a motor vehicle, and possession of marijuana. He was arrested for the loaded firearm. So if we want to say that's part of the troubled history. Then we have here in 2021, misconduct with the Cavaliers management, right? Kobe Altman hit his limit when Kevin Porter allegedly outburst over a miscommunicated locker room configuration. Shortly after, the Cavs shipped him to Houston. We just talked about that situation. All right. So then we have another situation. He violated the NBA's COVID-19 protocols. He was fined $50,000 on April 28th after he visited a strip club in Miami. Keeping him company was his teammate Sterling Brown, who was further assaulted outside the establishment. At the time, the league prohibited players from attending social gatherings of 15 or more people entering bars. Then we have in 2022, he had a halftime blow up. A lot of us remember this, where he had a mid-game exchange with assistant coach John Lucas while facing the Nuggets on January 1st. The guard threw an object at the coach and had to be separated from him. The team listed him as questionable to return the game, though it was later reported that he went to his car and drove home. And that's what we say is his troubled past. This is his troubled past. So his troubled past is blowing up at the halftime of a game, violating COVID protocols, getting into it with the GM. He was charged with having a loaded firearm in a 1-car crash, and it was reported there was an incident where he hit a woman and pulled her hair in Cleveland, although no charges were filed. In this incident, it's only reported. It's not as if there's any real facts that we have. This was a reported incident. I don't know who reported it, how accurate it is, anything like that. So again, if y'all want to say that's trouble, okay, to me, a lot of that don't make up a troubled past. I mean, the only thing
that's all conduct unbecoming. That's what it sounds like, Lamar.
It's only conduct unbecoming if you can prove to me that conduct that you claim is actually true. Right?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, though.
The assaulting of a woman in Cleveland. That was just a reported incident where there was no charges filed. Am I just
There's
supposed
no
to run with
evidence
that?
based on it. There's
So
no
I'm
evidence based on.
So I'm Xing that out because that's just that this happens with NBA players all the time. We hear all types of crazy stories. There was some lady came out talking about LeBron was in a DM. Like so you know what I'm saying? I don't believe half these stories. Okay, the only thing that could be considered as a troubled background would be the being arrested for marijuana possession and having a loaded firearm. That's something that's troubling because he was actually charged. But even in that particular incident, all the charges were dropped. So I don't even know the elements of that case.
There's no proof.
But I don't know all the elements of that case. But even in the case where he was charged with a possession of marijuana and having a loaded firearm, all the charges was dropped. So again, we have another situation where
this is weak, bro. This is a weak case.
And then misconduct with Cavaliers management. I know a ton of players that get into it with the GM. To me, that ain't no alarming thing. Violating the COVID protocols. A ton of players violated COVID protocols. That's not alarming to me. And then the halftime blow up. The halftime blow up was public. Probably shouldn't have happened. But I don't care about that. See, this is why you can't connect these past situations, what we see now, because there's really no real connection. Like Raquana Williams, the woman who got charged with domestic violence in the WNBA, she actually had a domestic violence conviction in her past. So you can actually connect that because it's very similar in nature. The crimes, like if I get caught for bank robbery 10 years ago, and then I get hit with another bank robbery charge, those are two very similar crimes.
Yeah,
but
there's a connection there.
Y'all can't say 10 years ago I got caught driving with a suspended license, and then when I get charged with robbery, and you try to say, oh, you have a troubled past because you got 5 driving while suspended with the bank. Like, so y'all trying to connect things that have no connection to this. All I'm saying is, if we take off the blinders and we look at this case, the prosecution was so thirsty to present evidence. Oh, he broke her neck. He tried to kill her. The strongest element of their case. This is something that ESPN ran with. Like that's what ESPN did could be considered as libel. They ran with the lie that was pushed by the prosecutor's office. And this is something that the prosecutor's office has already conceded to. They've already admitted, yeah, the evidence y'all presented does support the fact that no, she didn't break her neck. She didn't break her neck. He didn't break her neck. No. This is
any good lawyer could be like, ESPN is just, they're basically putting a jacket on this dude that can't really actually be proven, right?
Let me get to rebranding real quick because rebranding hasn't said nothing. I want to hear his thoughts on this. And I'm gonna go to UT Killer, man. But appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. What's good, y'all?
Yeah, what up, man?
What's good, Lamar? I'm gonna be real, like it's like a sticky topic, like speaking about it, because it's like if we gonna hold our judgment until all the facts come out, it's like we gotta hold it on both ends, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like I hear you. But then in one sentence, I hear you say, like, you know, she has mental health and, you know, who like almost insinuating that someone that has mental health can't be a victim. You know what I'm saying? And my next thing would be, okay, all right, so let's rule out the broken neck part. With all the other bruises, if he didn't do it, then who did it?
No, here's the thing. I'm not saying
that's a fair question.
This is what I'm saying. That the one thing that we know is that hands got put on her. That's the one thing we know for certain. I'm not negating that. I'm not here to argue that element of it. What I am here to argue is just because hands got put on you, it don't mean you the victim either. It's just like that. That's the same situation. So it's the same situation that I gave about the same element that I gave about Jared. If Jared walks up on me in a dark alley where there's no cameras. No. Listen to what I'm saying. It don't matter, man or woman. It don't matter. We just looking at two human beings. Because the thing is, let's speak clear.
You're talking about extortion, bro.
Hold on, T Killer. 1 second. Let me just use Tiffany then. And Tiffany, this is just an example.
I got you. I know.
All right. So if Tiffany walks up on me in a dark alley and she sticks her hand in her jacket, boom, Lamont, give me all your jewelry and your money. And then I turn around and I'm looking down. I'm like, that ain't even a real gun. And then I proceed, bop, 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 beat down. And then the police come and all they see is beat up Tiffany on the ground. And they see me standing there. Okay, so am I going to go to jail? Because she looks like
example, though.
That's not a bad example.
No.
Listen, Brandon, you got to get
why.
Here's the point that I'm trying to make.
Go ahead.
The point of this is that whenever there's no witness testimony to corroborate any of these situations, whenever there's no witness, whenever there's no video, it's always he said versus she said.
But Lamont,
here's the problem.
Brandon.
Here's the problem. I've seen in too many of these cases with athletes, it's been too many times where a lot of the media and people have gotten duped because we ran with the narrative that we think we can perceive what happened because it's a man and a woman. But then when the real story comes out, we done all been duped because the truth was nowhere to be found when they don't line up with the facts. The truth don't line. And so what I'm saying is in these cases, I'm always going to side with the athlete because I've seen them when the media was quick to run with the prosecutor's information, there was a broken neck. Now that's a lie. Now, what I'm saying is what other information is going to come out, if any, that potentially dispels all of the other accusations.
But then, hold on, but then you said...
That's cool. Come on, but is there a world where this guy is just a piece of shit?
Right, and you even said earlier, you said you're not picking sides.
That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is,
I agree with you, because the media they do like to, without evidence, without any type of they'll put a jacket on somebody that has nothing to do with anything. But I'm just saying this particular instinct. Could this guy potentially be a piece of shit?
About what you're saying, the concerning part about what you're saying is you're making it seem as if this is one, you're equivalating. You started off equivalating a interaction with another male, which is bad because this is a female that we're talking about.
It doesn't matter male or female.
Then. No, it
don't matter. It don't matter.
It does.
It don't matter. It does not matter.
You should never get into any type of physical violence with a woman if you're a man. It just shouldn't happen.
Okay, hold on. So hold on. Are you saying so? See, that's a lie because I know for a fact.
Gosh.
Hold on, casual.
Bro.
This is how when y'all say that I know y'all lying because
come on.
Hold on, she killer. Hold on. If you're walking down the street with your son and a woman runs up to your son with a stick, about to slap him in the face with a stick, what are you gonna do?
Extreme.
No. What I'm saying is, hold on. Don't. It's not extreme because he just said there's no situation where a man should do this to a woman. When I can name multiple situations where you go to work on a woman, if she came at you wrong.
No,
you lying.
If she comes to my kid with a stick, I'm pulling the stick away from the woman. Just a simple. It's not even necessary for me to put my hands on her and start beating on her.
All right.
Have her leaking.
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, fellas. This has nothing to do with
hold on. Lamont.
Seriously.
This does have something to do with what we're talking about because for us to further like come to some type of understanding on where we're at as far as like our opinions on the situation, we need to establish what do you like, what are your morals when it comes to male versus female in physical altercations. And on my end, that is just not allowed.
Hey, let me ask you this, because this is not about morals. This is about the law. So where in the law? So let me ask you this: where in the law does it say, no matter what the situation is, a man can't knock a woman out?
Yeah, but Lamont, you don't trust.
They would need to put that rule in there because you. Like,
hold on.
No, that's a fair question.
No, hold on.
It really
There's no law that says that. The law basically has the law has laws that say you can protect you and your loved ones to any particular to your force You generally want to
If you
meet
pull a
their
knife
force.
out on me, can I knock this bitch the fuck
listen,
out?
what?
You know
The
what I
law,
mean?
but the law states you need to meet their force with the level of force that they're bringing. If they're
Yeah,
running at you
but
with fists,
Lamont,
then you need to meet their. Hold on one second, T. Killer. Then you need to meet their level with fists. If they run at you with a knife, then that's a deadly weapon. Then you can meet that force with a deadly weapon. So what I'm saying, because it's like, and only the police have the right to one up your level of force. The police, if you attack the police with fist, they have the right to pull out the baton and smack you. If you run at the police with a bat, they have the right to pull out a gun and shoot you. Only the police
Yeah,
have
they can pull out and just
hold on, T. Killer.
blaze you, bro.
I know, T. Killer. Hold on. What all I'm explaining is there's laws about self-defense. The police can go above your level of force. In self-defense, you can meet force with force as long as it's equal.
Morally wrong as well.
So hold on, we're not talking
about.
Hold on, T. Killer. I'm talking to casual. I'm not talking about morals right here. Your morals, when you start to implement your morals, that's bias. Don't talk about your morals in this situation. We're talking about the law, because if these criminal charges get dropped, it's going to be because of matter of legality. It's going to be a matter of legality, not because of your personal morals or feelings.
How many people have
your morals or feelings? Hold on. Okay, if you ask me my thoughts on this morally, that's a different answer. Yeah, if you ask me my thoughts on this about the legality of it, that's a different. So take your morals out of it and look at it as a matter of legality.
Okay, but if we're talking legality,
talking legality.
If we're talking because
they're not going to charge them on morality, they're going to charge them on a matter of legality.
They're gonna but
yeah,
that's what I'm.
They're gonna say, are you the guy that morally could have pulled out? You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna question if you were justified to shoot at this motherfucker. That's it.
What were you saying, Casual?
I was about to say that if we're talking legality, then like how many people have gotten off of legality where morally everybody's looking at them with the side eye? Because like no matter whether you get off of that, like from a general standpoint, that is just a fucked up thing to do. So yeah, you may have got off that charge, but you're still a fucked up person for that.
Well,
so
yeah, like for example, it's fucked up
because technically he did not strangle her because she already has the condition and everything, but she was leaking.
No. He still has the strangulation charge.
No, that ain't litigated in court. That ain't litigated in court.
No, this is what I'm saying. See, I'm not saying he's innocent. All I'm saying is that the narrative that I heard the media pushing, the prosecutor's office got thirsty and came out immediately and released said the medical report showed that he broke her neck. Now that he broke her neck narrative that the prosecutor's office gave to ESPN, remember ESPN ran with that narrative and said he tried to kill her. So they leveled up what he did and said this could have been attempted murder. He doesn't need to be in the league. Now their strongest charge, that the fact that they were saying that he tried to kill her, is no longer in existence. The prosecutor's office has already admitted themselves, you're right. She didn't have a broken neck. Her neck issue did not come from him. So now one of their strongest charges is now thrown in the garbage can. And all I'm saying is, whenever I see a prosecutor's office whose strongest charge get thrown in the garbage can, it makes me question the legitimacy of the rest of the case. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. That's a fair point, Lamar. But did he try to get her out of there with that?
I don't know. The thing is, we don't know what happened because it's now he say, she say, and it's about what you can prove with facts. They're going to look at maybe text messages and things like this and the different things. So now we got to look to lesser facts. And the thing is, if they've already completely destroyed your strongest charge, I'm going to be like, okay, what other information? Because what if they come out next week and say this case is completely dismissed? Or what is it now? But the thing is, they don't. But the thing is,
thrown out.
I'll say this, and then I'm just listening to you guys at this point. I think that disqualifying what you feel is morally correct, or what the general consensus is morally right or wrong, is a bad way of discussing, especially in a situation like this where we're really walking on thin ice with like this conversation, because even like being an hour into the show, there's certain things where I heard where it's like you you know, like so I think for us to talk about this specific situation, forget all of the other analogies that you brought up, just talking about this specific situation between Kevin Porter Jr. and a former WNBA player, right? You have to bring in what's morally right and wrong to you, or what is generally morally right or wrong, for us to really get somewhere with this conversation. Otherwise, it's not really much to talk about.
I think everybody will agree with you, bro.
But who are you
I'm
to
just
dictate?
saying the incentive is
Who are you to,
is he
who are
incentivized to
you?
break this girl's neck or not?
Who are you to dictate? Who are you to dictate what somebody else should morally do in a crazy situation?
Yeah.
Mine wanted to eliminate the moral or the
No.
part.
But the thing is, what if your moral standards are different from my moral standards, are different from T Killer? How is there a consensus moral standard? Like, and how is your moral standard? Your moral standard allows you to be biased.
That's why I said the general consensus.
That's a question that needs to, that's a question that could be answered in multiple ways.
Hey,
like,
T Killer,
real, bro.
just take some Tylenol, drink some water, bro. Lay down. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good in the morning, bro.
I'm saying because although yes, you may have beliefs on how we get to this point, or I may have beliefs on how we get to this point, we generally have consensus that it's never okay for a man to, especially a woman that didn't threaten.
No, that's your morals.
So you believe that even if she didn't have a weapon, that he?
No, what I believe is, I believe that in any situation where you have to protect yourself, I can't justify the level of force that you're willing to utilize to stop a threat on you. I can't. The thing is, in any situation, like I said, just because you get if you get beat up, doesn't always make you the victim, male or female. It doesn't always make you the victim. And I have to look at the full story, which led to the beatdown. I have to see what brought forth this beatdown. We don't know if he opened that hotel room and she had the phone from the hotel room in her hand and wanted to bash him in the head with. I don't know what led to it. Y'all don't know what led to it. But the thing is, your morals basically say, I'm just going to restrain her and I'm not going to fight back. But his morals might have been, shit, if you try to fucking raise a phone at me, I'm going to go to work, male or females. I don't know. But we don't know the full story. Yeah, we're talking as if we painted the full picture of what happened in that hotel room.
But there's even restraints on how far you can go in self-defense, right? Like, somebody breaks into my house and then runs away. I can't then go outside and chase after them.
Listen to what, but here's the thing. We know that she's alive. Hold on. Two. Hold on.
Casual, let him. Hold on. Because he about to dig himself. He about to dig himself.
No, one. Here's the thing. The thing is, you're trying to say that there are limits to how far you can take it. So the one thing that we know, there was a narrative that basically was out there that he took it too far, because they're saying, oh, he broke her neck. Now we know, oh, that's a lie. He didn't break her neck. So now we have to look at her injuries, which is the only injury that is reported outside of the neck is their cuts. There was a cut on her face. So now we have to look. Now we have to listen.
Like fucked her up.
Hold on one second. Killer. So now what you're doing is now there's proof that documents that his level to restrain her wasn't as extreme as what was reported. They reported that he broke her neck. That's a lie. That's proven now. The prosecutor's office accepted that. So now we have to start from the injuries that are reported that we know are true, that might have came from the incident, which is the cut. And they said bruises. So cuts and bruises are consistent with fighting back. Or it could be consistent with him committing domestic violence.
Did he have any cuts or bruises on him?
I don't know, because he didn't go to the hospital.
But Lamont, this is the thing, though, right? You're being.
But and the thing is, we don't know. We don't know what's going to be in his motion.
No. But Lamont, hold on, Lamont. You're being exactly how you're saying everyone else is being. You've already picked the side in this, and you can.
I haven't picked the side, but what? Listen to what I said.
Hold on.
Brandon, hold on.
I know what you said.
Listen to what I'm saying. There's no side to be picked. But I said, I'm going to get closer to one side as we proceed in this, right? I'm going to get closer to one side as we proceed, as the evidence comes out. I've clearly said that if prosecutor puts out evidence and that evidence gets found to be not true, and they have agreed to it already, that to me weakens your case and weakens your credibility, because that tells me one thing right there, that if you didn't do your due diligence on the highest charge, then did you do any due diligence on the lower charges beneath it? So just that weakness in their case right there leans me closer to Kevin Porter's side. I was in the middle before all this started, which is why I just didn't initially go do a video about it. But when the strongest element of your case gets thrown out because it's proven to be false, then I have to ask myself, well, what else is not true about your case? Because they didn't do no real due diligence in the investigation. If they didn't come to if they didn't come to the conclusion or find out that she had a neck issue at birth, and they reported it as he broke her neck, and they couldn't even get that right, what else did you get wrong? Your credibility now is at stake.
Yeah, but you said you literally just said, right? You said I always side with the athlete, which lets us know you already had picked your side, right? And even
no, when I say when I say no, we're gonna clear this up. When I say I always side with the athlete, it doesn't always mean I believe the athlete's not guilty. What I'm saying is I'm doing the opposite of what mainstream media does, because when you listen to mainstream media always says the athlete is guilty before proven innocent. They always say the athlete should be removed from the league. They always say that the athlete needs to get the harshest penalty of the law. What I'm saying is I start from the middle, because every time I do these things, when I talked about Deshaun Watson, I read from the court documents about the facts of the case. When I see this right here, I'm reading from information that was put out by the prosecutor's office about this case. So I'm taking the real evidence from this case, and then I'm making my decision based on the evidence that's good put out, and that steers where I'm at. So siding with the athlete simply means give them a fair chance, hear them out before I make a decision.
Who has more to make?
Nobody heard Kevin Porter out. See, Kevin Porter's side actually came out with information that helps them. Did ESPN get on TV and give the new evidence just as much airtime as the allegations? No, they didn't say nothing about it. I want to ask you this. Did ESPN talk about the new evidence that got put out there where he didn't break her neck? Did they do anything? Did they do anything to support him? Even though this evidence is true, proven to be true, she did not break her neck. Did they do anything to put this information out that's in his favor?
We know they won't do that. We know they won't do that.
So when I say I'm siding with the athlete, that means I'm going to weigh all of the evidence equally, and I'm not going to jump to a side just because one person got beat up.
So
I need to see the full picture.
What was the need for you to even like compare, I guess, what happened with her to some guy running up on another man in a dark alley and pulling a knife?
That story, the comparison there was the fact that just because one person is beat up and the other person isn't, it doesn't make the person that was beat up always the victim. It doesn't. It just doesn't. So before I start to see, because the thing is, the person beat up is just the end result of the situation. I don't know what the situation was, especially when there's no so if I walk up on Casual and you rebranding and you're on the ground leaking and Casual standing there, am I just supposed to assume Casual beat you up for no reason? Or is there a story behind what led up to this fight? It could be anything. It's always a story that leads up to these things, and that's the context that I need.
Is we know society, right? We know that it would be more acceptable if Casual just like beat me up and defended himself. We're talking about a case of a woman, so it's like we're looking at it like, all right, what could this woman have possibly done for you to like go as far as you did? Like,
okay, but rebranding. You're a man. You're right. That's the best thing you said so far. So rebranding. Hold on, T Killer.
Hey, take a drink from me, dog.
So rebranding. This is the thing. So now that we know he didn't break her neck, how far did he go?
I mean, he went to to me, in my opinion, he's already an athlete. You're already stronger. So, like, I don't care what the games we try to play up here. As a man, bro, like there are ways you can restrain a woman without having to beatbox her and get your Mayweather on. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Now, in the case of a weapon, a knife or a gun, you can either get the fuck out of Dodge or
no.
do what you got to do in that point.
No. This is a very simple question. If we know now that he didn't take it to the level of breaking her neck, and I'm going to read to you outside of the claim that he broke her neck, which we now is proven to be false. I'm going to tell you the reported injuries that she had. Okay, so here are the reported injuries. She had a scratch on her forehead, and it says she had a bruise on her shoulder. So now that we know he didn't break her neck, and the injuries are a scratch and a bruise, how far did he take it?
I mean, in his case, he took it too far because we argue that okay, you already know that you don't have the link, you don't have the room to be making mistakes now because you got shipped out of Cleveland, so now you have to play it smarter. You don't have any
that
room
has
to
nothing to
do
do with the question I asked you.
You say what?
See, the question I asked you. See, the question I'm asking you is, we said you guys both said, and I'll run with this. If y'all said he took it too far, which I do believe, if he truly strangled her and broke her neck, that's taking it too far. So now we know that he did not break her neck. That was a lie. And now the only other injuries that she had was a scratch and a bruise. So now that we know that the cap of what he did led to a scratch and a bruise.
It was a cut.
It says right here, scratch.
If he hit her, he went too far.
I'm reading otherwise. I'm reading a cut.
Okay, read what you said.
You grabbed her neck and just
okay, so read Hunter, just so we have clarity. Read the injuries that you see.
According to her, hold on.
According to who?
I'm reading the entire article. According to Manhattan District Attorney's Office. I don't know how to say her name. Gondrezick.
Yeah.
She had a bruise on her wrist and a cut on her forehead. Not like on the it's showing like a picture. It's like a cut here.
Okay.
On the
so
right,
she had
eyebrow.
Okay, she had a cut on her eyebrow and she had a bruise on her wrist. Okay.
What do you got?
Well, I see a bruise on the shoulder.
Okay.
Bruise on the wrist, and it says a scratch on her face.
Okay. Scratch on the face.
Sounds like you just grabbed her and threw her
on the forehead as well.
You said, hold on, say that again.
Scratch on the face, cut on the forehead, same thing.
Yeah, I have scratch on her face. So what I'm saying is, taking it too far would be strangling and breaking the neck. That's thrown out. So now we know the max what he did led to 2 bruises, max, and a scratch. So now that's the top of what we're looking at. So a lot of times when we see the wrist bruise and we see the arm bruise, that is significant with what? Somebody restraining you, somebody grabbing you by your shoulders or grabbing you right here. So those seems to be either somebody holding you back because you going crazy, or it could be him also holding her down, trying to beat her up. It could be either or. But we now what I'm saying is that information was released by who? Casual? You said the Manhattan District Attorney Office?
Manhattan District Attorney, and when they asked them to give further statements, they declined.
Okay, so this is what we know for certain. That the Manhattan District Attorney Office released information that he broke her neck and then he also bruised her on the wrist, shoulder, and cut her face. Now that we know that they lied about him breaking her neck, all I'm saying is, how much credibility do we give them for all the other injuries they reported?
I mean, we saw the other injuries though. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
okay, let's pull up pictures.
We can't act like. Go ahead.
And then
hey, Lamont.
Oh, go ahead.
They asking for the link in the chat too, Lamont. People down there.
Oh, okay. I'm about to drop the link.
Also, to add on top of that, it's not like this relationship hasn't been covered before. I mean, we're talking like 3 years of this relationship going on, and they have two incidents that are like public have been publicized. With him ramming his vehicle into her vehicle. I think that was like.
I didn't even know
that. Who knew that?
Say it again.
Honestly, bro, who knew that?
Who knew that they did that?
This nigga T Killer go get a DUI.
Bro, yeah, fucking.
Take an Uber, bro.
In Houston, that was a talk on the news for like a day or two, because they were trying to figure out like exactly what the hell happened, and he actually missed like a couple games. until they could figure that out. So like,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So I got a question.
Was aware.
How did they say how she got away from the apparent attack?
Here, I'm about to put a picture on the screen that they took that same night.
Oh,
Okay.
can you pull up your article? My article says that she was bleeding, and the only reason why, like, I guess the fight like ended was because she ended up in the hallway of her apartment complex.
Right. So how did she? Because there's a lot of holes in the story, because apparently he was beating her so bad, and like it was like Lamont said, a broken neck, which is, I don't see how you can run in the hallway with a broken neck. But if he was trying to beat her up as bad as what the prosecutors say, how did she get away? I mean, Kevin Porter's not a small dude. He's 6'5", and what's she, like 5'8", 5'9"? I'm just trying to figure out, how do you get away from that type of attack?
Well,
hold on. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's just. We're gonna play.
Hold
on. Let's do this. Here's a picture.
That wasn't what I said, bro.
Here's a picture.
How did she get away from that attack?
Hold on, BJ. Here's a picture. Let's just look at the picture. Hold on, T Killer.
Y'all, let's look at the picture first. Now,
okay. Here's the picture. This is her that night.
She hit him first. No.
Hold on. This is the picture. This is of that. This is the night.
I know you're not changing your mind, Brandon.
This is the night her neck was broke, y'all. This is the night her neck was broke.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Lamont, I'd have seen that face before, dog.
She got no gashes in her eyebrow, nothing.
She probably went through his phone, seen some shit, took off on him. He tried to restrain her.
What? No. Well,
how did she go through his phone?
Hold on, y'all. No, hold on, y'all. It's not her going through his phone. Actually, the story that's getting leaked out of Houston, which again, I don't know if this is true or not, because remember, he was out all night. And he came back to the hotel. The story that I'm hearing, this is the street story that's getting leaked out. But the street story that's getting leaked out is he came back to the hotel and went through her phone.
Oh,
right. But you know how women are. You know how women are.
The story I heard was didn't he got locked out of his room, and then he went to the front desk and get his key.
But hold on, yeah. No, that's part of it too. She locked him out because he was out too long. And then ultimately what ended up happening was he went down to the front desk, he brought a guy back up, and he went in the room. I don't know what happened after that, but I want y'all to look at this picture. Here's the picture. Hold on. Let's go through one by one, casual. Okay. Your thoughts and what do you think happened that night? We have the picture.
I mean, I'm not going to speculate exactly everything that fucking happened, because
we can't speculate on the picture.
No. I'm not finna speculate, because like the shit that I'm thinking, like from like what I've heard about their relationship, man, one of them was liable to be on some toxic shit, saying the other one's dick was too small, or her pussy was terrible, or some shit, and they end up getting violent on that, on that end. But
somebody got a hot mic.
Facts. Somebody
Hold
walking.
On, let me mute it.
Somebody walking down the street. Yeah, I don't know. I know for a fact I wouldn't fuck with her though. Kevin Porter Jr. He was like on and off with her for like 3 years. So I mean, this relationship is like toxic already. So anything could have happened. So that's why when I'm not disagreeing, but I'm not fighting you on the fact that some crazy shit could have happened. My whole stance is, under no circumstances was it necessary for all of those things on her, like that were discovered on her body.
Yeah.
When they started looking for the bruises and stuff like that, there's no reason all of that should have been accounted for.
Casual. We didn't see bruises just now, bro. She's light skinned. We would have seen something, bro.
Hey, can I get some bruises? Hey, come on. Can I get my
go ahead, and then we're gonna go to Sammy. But go ahead, BJ.
So we went from the top. We went from the broken back, multiple hits on her, to now after a couple of days is none of that happened. And then when I read more of the report, it was he came back from being out for so long. She apparently was upset. So I'm pretty sure she had communication with him while he was out all night. He tries to go upstairs to get into the room. She locks the door. He ends up going back to the front desk to get the key. He brings the staff member up into by their door. So I don't know if she even heard the door unlock or if she heard that they were trying to get in the room. That wasn't talked about in the report. All we went from is that to jumping into he was beating her or he was doing all this to her and like laid all these hands on her. But it doesn't say, okay, how did she get away to go into the hallway with blood all over? Like none of that stuff that was explained in the report.
Obviously they like that is going to be a mystery that really only Kevin Porter and her know, right? But what I read was that he's accused of hitting her in the face multiple times, choking her until she couldn't
But
breathe.
that was a lie.
And
The prosecutor, her prosecutor came out and said he didn't hit her in the face multiple times.
The only reason it stopped was because Gondrezick, a former WNBA player, fled the room and was found bloodied and bruised by hotel employees in the hall. So there was multiple.
Brother, but we gotta use some type of common sense thinking. First of all, when her lawyer said that was not true, that he was hitting her multiple times. Okay. That was what I did read that. But then you got to look a little bit deeper and say, okay, if he was trying to beat her as bad as reported, how do you go from that to say she got away? And she had a chance to put that, okay, yeah, I scratched his eye, I kicked him in the nuts, I threw an object at him, I did whatever I had to do to fight him off of me to get some help. None of that stuff was explained to the report. And another thing, we have to stop with this notion that we don't put hands on women. We already know that. The message should be no one should be putting their hands on nobody. Fact. That should be the message that's relayed. Not
I agree with that.
That message, you shouldn't put your hands on no woman. That is prolonging what really needs to be said is no one should be putting their hands on either one party. Because if a woman comes and tries to attack you with some type of weapon, you don't know what you would do.
I agree.
Hold on, we got Sammy in here. Sammy, what you got on there?
I honestly think that wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. I honestly think like somebody said she was toxic, whatever. Just by the look of the photo, you can't go off by it, but she do look like she was involved too. I'm sorry. But she looked like she put her hands on him too.
And see, that's where it gets dicey. He didn't go to the hospital.
Way she looked?
Like she looked mad. Like I don't know. But women lie too.
I mean, I'm not going.
She told somebody that she told the police that he beat her. So
yeah.
In all seriousness, I'm not going strictly off of that picture. I'm mainly going off of the history that I know of that relationship. And Kevin Porter Jr. is like it's not a secret. Like we haven't spoken about it, but like it's not a secret. Kevin Porter Jr. has anger issues. He just does.
Well, I mean,
okay, hold on. But where in his history does he have documented cases of anger issues?
Everywhere he's gone, he's had incidents that have been reported. Like whether you want to say whether it's been like actually like stamped of approval, like there's full evidence. If it looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck, it's a fucking duck, Lamont. Like I don't know what to tell you. And so when he goes to USC and he misses a game or two because he's had problems over there, and then he goes.
It was not anger issues.
He got into it with the I believe it was the front office.
But okay. She knew all that, and she knew all that stuff that he had, and still was in a relationship with him. So she didn't care. She didn't care.
I agree. I think their relationship was toxic, but I'm not judging it off of that picture.
It's not the picture; it's the fact that you barely see anything on her, though.
That girl is as toxic as he is. So I don't really feel sorry for her either, because at the end of the day, I don't believe that this dude, he lacks discipline, but I don't believe this dude was just going around just beating the hell out of her without her doing something.
With no reason.
But
sorry.
Okay. We are what let's start back where what you just said. You said that under no circumstance should either party should be putting their hands on each other, correct?
Right.
So regardless of, and this is me as a man, okay, and if you guys disagree, feel free to speak on it, okay? As a man, whether it's a male or female, I'm searching for every other option to be able to diffuse this situation before I have to resort to violence.
Can I ask you a question, Casual?
So, go ahead, man.
My question is, without any evidence or video evidence to see what happened there, how do you know he didn't wait and use that as the last alternative?
And that's the point where
Exactly.
that's the point where I wanted to ask you why do this stream right now when we don't have all of the evidence right now?
No, I'm just doing this stream right now because mainly because I just want to show the media narratives that get pushed. And we know that the media loves to run with the most damning allegations, whether they're provable or not, whether they're true or not. That the most damning allegation was that people were running around ESPN saying that he tried to kill her because he broke her neck, which if you break somebody's neck, that probably means you were trying to kill him. I give you that. But now the prosecutor's office, the information that they put out there about him breaking her neck was proven to be a lie. Now, I want to know if ESPN and some of these media outlets want to be fair, are they going to do a full segment about how the prosecutor's office was sloppy with the investigation and they lied about the most damning allegation? And you had these mainstream media outlets running around talking about he tried to murder her by breaking her neck when that was all false. And so these are the narratives are going to be the reason why he will potentially never play a game in the NBA. These are the storylines that you can't erase from Google. He tried to kill her. That's now in Google attached to his name for the rest of his life, unless he pays hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it removed. So again, where's the responsibility on them to report to both sides of the news?
So you did this to basically point out the flaws in the media's involvement in this case.
Well, their involvement in the case is that they are slanting everyone's minds into believing that he's completely guilty, but they did nothing to put out real proven evidence because everything else is he say, she say. All the rest of the story, him beating her up, that's all he say. And I'll accept the fact that that's a big question mark there and we don't know what happened. But the one thing we do know is he didn't try to kill her and he didn't break her neck. And the thing is, if you're not willing to even make that correction publicly and then present the other side of the coin that also presents some information, well, maybe this attack wasn't as what they said. And then Nick says the girl in the photo was her sister. Okay, let me look that up again. I'm going to check on that. But I thought it was her.
The thing is that the dude, he's toxic. But she knew he was toxic and didn't care. That's why I look at it like she enjoys that lifestyle. She enjoys being in that predicament. Like in a relationship, if you have two negative people, they equal a positive. They're positively, negatively, both toxic people. That's why I say she enjoys that lifestyle. She's probably gonna end up getting back with him, and she didn't press charges.
We'll have to see. We'll just have to see how it plays out, man. Because like I said, I'm not here to say guilt or innocence. I'm just here to say that they evidence ain't looking so solid now that I know it was proven that he ain't break her neck and it was something that happened from birth. Your case ain't looking so strong now. Anti, what's good, man?
Nicholas was right.
That nigga's guilty. No, I'm just playing, bro. no, I'm just playing, dog.
No, what's my guy's name? Nicholas was right. That was Calabria.
Okay.
Gondrezick.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay, I just found it. It says it says that this was her sister. She was married to Dwayne Haskins, and this was her photo. Because I just typed in her name with domestic violence, and this picture came up. But this picture is
she beat her husband.
Because she beat up her husband, And she beat up her husband, and this is her booking photo when her sister got booked for domestic violence for beating her husband.
Because I was about to say, how did she get a mugshot? She didn't go to jail or anything for this.
Not true.
She took care of that.
Babe, you know what though? You know what, Casual? It don't look good when your sister got locked up for beating up her husband too.
So how exactly?
Trying to say running the family, Lamar.
Me and you both
That
know that
crazy
running the
shit
family.
running her
Oh
family.
shit! Damn.
Me and you both know that running the family.
Oh shit, bro! Damn, dog.
Because you know, if one fight, they all fighting. You know, bro.
No.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I was on somebody's panel.
Did you see
like a week or so ago, and we were talking about the situation. I had told them it sounded kind of fishy to me because of the story that came out behind her. First of all, they said she was asleep in a room and he beat her out of her sleep, right? While she was asleep. I'm like, come on, Sean. Like, you know, just like I know, if a female sitting up here hitting your phone all night and you all of a sudden you come back, she got the door locked, you have security to get in the room, you know damn well by the time you get in that room, she gonna be on your bumper, bro. Oh, nigga, this, that. It's gonna be toxic as fuck the minute you walk in that room. She gonna wait till security leave and get on your bumper, dog. So like, I never believed he beat the chick out of her sleep. Another thing, they was like, it was bad, this and that. I'm like, all right, bro, what the pictures and what the video at? I'm like, I ain't seen no video. They claim all these people. Now we know everybody got phones in their hands in these hotels and all that. So if she was running through the hotel bloody and all that, I'm like, all right, what the video at? Like, somebody got video, dog. The hotel got video. I know y'all got cameras all in that bit. We ain't seen a video yet. So like, I already said something was fishy about it. And me personally, I think they need to pass some type of law about females lying on dudes, especially dudes that got something to lose, like the Jonathan Major situation. That man lost movies behind this fucked up ass shit and come out to believe that girl was lying on him the whole time. The man lost movie deals behind this.
Talk about it.
So like, they really need to pass a law. Like, if these females fuck around and be lying on dudes and they know their professions and it's fucking up their money, you need to take your ass to jail for lying.
I agree.
Because now you done tarnished my career, you done tarnished my professional, and you tarnished my way of getting money and how I live. All of a sudden now you can lie, and I hate this because even though they lie and they come out they lie, don't nobody revisit the fact that they lied and that man's career is over with. They're like, oh, we just fucked up. Nah.
Yep.
You
done fucked that man's career up. You need to take your ass to jail for that.
You want to know what's sad? You want to know what's sad? They have something called lying under oath in court law, and for her to literally be doing that in their face for multiple visits to court and to not have any type of repercussions.
So Lamar, what's the thing now? Is she lying or is she pressing charges or what?
No. So what happened? So basically,
pressing charges.
So basically, what happened was
Lord.
So first of all, she didn't lie about the neck. What happened was, and some people can say she lied because she didn't speak up. So basically, what happened was she went and got the medical exam after it happened. That's obviously what you're supposed to do after something like this happened. You get a medical examination, see what's wrong. So then, after they did the medical examination, the doctors quickly saw. Obviously, if you say you got strangled, they're gonna check your neck. They checked your neck and they saw, okay, something going funny with your neck. It don't look right. Look like some damage is there. They looked at it and said, okay, your neck is broke. But that's all they reported. And she didn't tell them, hey, y'all, there's an issue with my neck, but this is something that I've been dealing with since birth. It's not because he broke my neck. This is something. So what happened was the medical examiner tells the prosecutor office, here's all the injuries, the cut on her eye, the 2 bruises, and her neck is broke. So obviously the prosecutor office make their charging decisions off these injuries. They don't question her about it. They don't go into deep dive into her medical history. They just say, okay, you broke her neck. Here's the charge. Strangulation. Here's the next charge. Hold on 1 second, T. Killer. And then they break down all the charges. Boom. But then his defense team accesses her medical records and they say, hold on. According to her medical records, she has a neck disorder from birth that basically means she has a damaged neck or broken neck to a certain degree. And this is something she's been dealing with since birth. I said, they said this charge ain't accurate because he didn't break her neck. And so the prosecutor looked at the information and basically said, yeah, y'all right. He didn't break her neck. We was wrong on that one. So all I'm saying is, if they was wrong about the accusation of him breaking her neck, what else are they wrong about? That's all I'm saying.
But who put that out in the first place that her neck was broken?
The prosecutor.
The media put that shit out.
No, it was
Exactly.
it was the Manhattan prosecutor's office put it out first. The district attorney put it out.
That's strange.
Without any X-rays, without anything, they just put it out, huh?
Without looking over her metal. This is why they said, yeah, we was wrong. They're the ones that like Casual just read. ESPN reported what the Manhattan district attorney released. So we're talking about the source of the information.
So who put out that she was running outside in the hallway with blood all over her face?
I think that's the police report. I don't know what the police report.
I read the police report. I read the police report. That wasn't ESPN saying it, but I believe ESPN said similar things, though, more or less. So
but yeah, I just don't see logically how that can happen. Like
it's hard to think logically when you don't have all the information or majority information. Like if you really think about it, we don't have much to go off of right now. All we have is the end result and some he say she say on how it got to that point. But there's not really, we haven't seen any footage. We haven't seen we haven't heard from the employees that were in the hallway when they supposedly caught her in the hallway, bloodied and whatnot. So like we don't have that much to go off of. That's why I had asked that question of Mon. But Mon, if this stream is strictly to to voice our opinions on the flawed case that her side tried to make early on, and the media just running with it, and ESPN and them just running.
It's not her side.
I'm with you.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
her party came up with that story.
No, it wasn't her party. No. Because remember, her representation right now is the prosecutor's office. And so what I'm saying is, if before it got out of hand and before these allegations, before she could have stopped this notion that he tried to kill her by breaking her neck by simply telling the prosecutor, I have a neck disorder from birth. He didn't break my neck. But she allowed
she wasn't doing that. She wasn't doing that.
No. But the thing is, sometimes your silence can be a lie too. You not speaking up can be you lying as well. And so by you not speaking up, you allow the whole media to run with this narrative. People were saying he was trying to kill her. Now we know that's false. Now what I'm saying is, if your strongest element of your case is false, then what else is false? And that now it just makes everything. This is why people, and this is why I've always said in these cases with these women, when they start lying, whether something happened or not, like we hear about these cases of girls on college campuses getting raped and whatnot. The thing is, there might be some truth to some of these allegations, but when they get to lying, because remember, some of these girls would get to trying to cover up their story because they didn't mess with these football players and they got boyfriends and they trying to cover up and hide the story. So they get to try to finesse certain elements of the story to make it look better on them. As opposed to if you just tell the truth, well, then maybe we can run with your allegations. So the thing is, if you're starting with a lie, how am I supposed to believe the rest of what she's saying? How are we just supposed to just run with all the other allegations when we already found one of them to be just a complete bold-faced lie? It's not about believing him or not. It's not.
Lamont, what is in your true heart, honestly? I know we don't have all the information.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah.
I can tell you, I believe they was both in there fighting.
I'm right there with you, Lamar. I feel like once security left, she got the woo whopping that nigga, dog.
No. I'm gonna tell you
that what happened. That what happened. She got the woo whopping that nigga when security left, dog. She got the whooping that ass, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. Anti, correct me if you think this, because you can give me your version. This is what I think. So he get back from a long night out. Obviously, she definitely been blowing up his phone. Ain't no way she was. Boom.
And we know how that go.
So then he locked out because we know the locking out is just spite. That's just the spite. I'm just trying to mess with his head.
Being
right?
petty.
Lock him out, being petty. So boom. Now he got to go downstairs. When you come back, you probably got to go to the bathroom. You got to piss bad. All types of stuff be going on when you're trying to get back. So he trying to getting back. He got to go downstairs, get the man to come back up and open his door. So all types of thoughts is probably running through his head when this door open. Right? I'm gonna do this, that, blah, blah, blah. But then also on the other side of the door, you got somebody on the other side of the door. When he get back, I'm a X, Y, Z, cuss him out this way. So again, I believe as soon as he walked in, I believe there was a confrontation as soon as they walked in. Now, who hit who first? I don't know, but I believe they was both tussling. And I just believe that obviously if you tussle with a man, it's very rare that you come out in the upper end of that in that spectrum right there. And I believe if they could all do this all over again, both of them, I believe they both stay in the hotel room and don't let this get into the public light, and they move on as normal and with a toxic relationship.
Exactly.
That's what I believe.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. They are going to get back to with each other.
And I believe right now they're both behind the scenes talking to each other, trying to figure out how can we fix this.
That's crazy, dog. If they is, because ain't no fixing this, dog. Like it's already reports. Dude already got a bad attitude problem. Like I heard son say, like they said that he was in some type of birthday party or some dog, and the DJ was playing a certain song. I guess he didn't rock with the song. The nigga went took the DJ computer and smashed it.
That's fake.
And they had to like all the Rockets player had to grab him and take him out of the event, some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, son probably be ignorant in a way. So when you get two ignorant ass people together, dog, yeah, that shit don't mix right. That shit don't mush right.
Hey, that nigga that he ran into her car, she probably thought that was funny. I'm telling you, bro. She probably thought that shit was funny.
And to anybody in the chat, bro, it ain't the fact that we don't believe that chick, dog. It's the fact that I know for a fact, dog. You got some toxic ass women out here. Y'all be doing some toxic ass shit. Like, and that real talk, dog.
Hey, Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been here this whole time.
No, hold on, Tiffany, check this out. What's the most toxic thing you done did?
Oh wow.
I'm not toxic.
Oh nah, she don't. Tiffany a good girl. Tiffany don't get into no toxic shit.
Like Lamar, I'm only 5'3". Like I'm not. No. I know if I hit a man, he gonna hit me. He gonna get my ass.
No. I'm not.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Some of them short women be the main ones. I ain't even gonna hold you.
She don't even look toxic.
I ain't even gonna hold you. Them short women be some of the most toxic motherfuckers, dog.
Look, dynamites, I call them.
Exactly.
Explosive.
So you ain't
Baby,
never.
I'm not toxic, but I've known women who've done some toxic things,
So
like
hold
the
on,
tires
you never
and
smacked
stuff.
You never smacked True upside his head.
Yeah, it's true. You bogus for that, Lamar.
You're stupid. Oh,
see, hold on. See Devin B-ball. See Devin B-ball. There's be stuff like this where I don't really ban people too much, but that'll get you banned, man.
Well,
sorry,
what is your from what you know so far? What do you think about the situation as far as like, what happened?
I think they was fighting each other, like everyone said. Like once Lamont said about the neck, and just like she's a WNBA player, yeah, I know that too. That I believe they were both fighting each other. We've seen,
and you know them some aggressive ass females. We ain't gonna stunt, dog. Them some aggressive ass women, dog. Like I know a bunch of. They probably don't play in the WNBA, but I know a bunch of female basketball players. Aggressive as shit.
Right.
So I can already see, oh nigga, you coming in here 4:00 in the morning. Who the fuck you think I am, nigga? Whop!
Right.
And they with the mixing each other, nigga. Fuck you, me.
They're probably together right now, Lamont. Right together, secretly hanging out right now together.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't care what nobody say, dog. I'm one of them niggas, dog. Don't put your hands on me, dog. I'm 6'3", 280. If you 5'3", you 120, come on, love. Like you should know better. Don't put your hands on me.
Hey, check this out. If a dude put his hands on a damn tiger in the wilderness, you think people gonna feel sorry if he go fucking with that tiger? He get his ass eaten up. Same thing with a woman and a man fight. I'm not.
And I got mine from a woman, dog. My mama always don't let no woman put her hands on you. And my mama wasn't my mama was a victim of domestic violence, dog. Stayed fighting with my stepdaddy, but I seen sometime my stepdaddy coming that bitch late. Where you been? Oh, really? What?
Man, oh man, y'all wild, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know.
Talking about shredding his shit, dog. They get into it. Hey, I ain't got nothing to say about that because I know for a fact y'all gonna be right back together. And then when y'all get back together, I gotta stay in this man's house, not me and him beefing.
It's a wild story right here. I'm curious to see what else unfolds out of this. And
now, Lamont, what about his career? Like, far as the Rockets and his career, like that's what I'm kind of like. If he,
I'm telling you from being here in Houston and knowing some people that are in the front office, because I work in the hospital, and you know some of the members, they also dabble in being in the hospital. You know, they are completely they taking their hands off of him as far as like they don't plan on looking for another route to bringing them back in. This is just the latest instance of Kevin Porter's antics, in their opinion. That's the words that they're using.
Oh, so he been getting in trouble.
He's been getting in trouble since he's been in Houston. In my opinion, I feel like I've seen him grow as a human being. Like off the court, he hasn't been causing as much drama as you would think that they're making it out to be. But the front office, when it comes to like sports or really just business period, as minimal of drama as you can cause, especially when you're not like that caliber of player where your headaches like make sense.
Hey,
Kevin Porter Jr. is causing, especially with this latest situation, is causing like far too much.
I think there's one way.
So they're keeping their hands off.
I think there's one way he can get back. And he's going to have to go down a route that we really don't see too many athletes go down when this types of stuff happening.
He can be begging.
No, it's not that. It's the same route that Michael Irvin took. When Michael Irvin got accused of this stuff, that man stayed on the front of the cameras. He stayed pushing the evidence in front of him. He kept telling everybody to go look at the film. So the thing is, if he's exonerated and there's evidence that proves he didn't do what he's accused of, he's going to have to get into the media. He's going to have to not just profess his innocence, but he's going to have to get with his attorneys publicly, showcase the evidence, show how the media lied, and he's going to have to do it consistently because now we see Michael Irvin back on Fox News now. So ultimately what Michael Irvin did, because he knew he was right, the athletes can't stay silent. They have to get in front of the cameras. They have to tell their attorneys to show the evidence, and then they have to put the evidence in front of us to say, look, now y'all was wrong. I was right. And you have to keep pumping it and pushing it out there because Michael Irvin had to get on camera multiple times telling people, go watch the evidence. Look at the film. I didn't do nothing wrong. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. And he literally has to break it down. If he's not willing to do that, he won't be back.
Yeah. But look how scary that is, dog. Michael Irvin didn't even touch this lady, dog. No sound, no nothing, dog. Basically a 30 to 40-second conversation. And that man lost his job. No evidence or nothing, dog. And that man was let go like that. That's scary, dog.
B said he was on suspension. He wasn't really let go. He was on suspension. That's what.
Well, if he was on suspension, like NFL Network didn't hire him back, and ESPN let him go. He wasn't on First Take, or he wasn't on none on NFL Countdown. Had to do no more on NFL Network. They let him go.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did. Michael Irvin also sued Hilton Hotels for pushing their lie because, and then Uncle P's right. He also has the suit. He has.
He about to get paid.
Sue the shit out of him.
Irvin sued the hotel. He sued Hilton Hotels. He included everybody in that lawsuit. So you gotta go after him legally too.
Defamation of character, dog. Like I said, at the end of the day, that's when you dealing with these females and some come out, bro. That's career. That's That's over with for your career, dog.
Look, we got PPLLC said he was a cancer in the locker room. The one thing I know about players getting deemed cancers in the locker rooms, if the organization wants to make you look like a cancer in the locker room, they will.
Like a cancer in the locker room.
They're gonna make you look like the cancer, even if you're not the problem or you're not the cancer. They're gonna make you look like the problem. When a lot of times these locker rooms, it be the superstars that be the cancers. It be the star.
But then if that was the case, Lamont, why did they extend him? Didn't they give him an extension?
No. So they gave Kevin Porter Jr. an extension because of
4 years, 63 million.
Yeah, they gave him an extension because the way that he was playing on the court, it looked like the projection was going to make it worth their while. And
No, he averaged 20 points a game last year, so shit.
And especially again, like I told you, Kevin Porter Jr., like he started to grow as a person. Like I swear, like watching him from when he first got picked up by the Rockets, like he got traded from Cleveland, versus how he was like over the last season. Totally different person. Calmed down. He was really focused on his craft. So credit to him in that sense. But
what has he done in Houston? What has he done in Houston that where y'all put this label on him that he's a hothead?
Mainly his situation with
he snapped on his coach. That's
Lucas.
it.
Yeah, Mr. Lucas.
Bro,
mainly
that happened every day in the NBA. A coach gets cussed out every day in the NBA season.
Well, also, I don't know how much you know about the situation, but like there was multiple times where like all he had to do was just apologize for like.
Let me put it like this: is Rudy Gobert a hothead? Is Rudy Gobert punched his teammate during a game?
And he apologized.
No, is he a hothead?
No. But he apologized.
It don't matter if you apologize. You punch your teammate in the game.
No. But what I'm saying
on national TV at that.
What I'm saying is, in Rudy Gobert's case, Rudy Gobert usually doesn't do that. He did it once and he apologized.
If I walk up to you and punch you, as long as I apologize, it's cool, right?
Boy, I catch you on a dark alley and be plasma out your ass. Boy, fuck you mean. Be plasma out your ass. That's what you talking about.
But Pete. Let's say like Mont, you know me for a little while. You know I'm typically I come correct when we talking business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if one day you come to me and you want to talk business? I'm like, man, I don't feel like going with all that shit, right? You gonna give me the benefit of the doubt and just say he probably just having a bad day. I'll hit you up later type shit, right? Yeah. But what if every day you trying to talk business to me and I hit you with that same attitude? Eventually you're gonna be like, all right, bro, this nigga just got a bad attitude. Like I ain't feel like dealing with that shit. That's Kevin Porter Jr.
Where's the documentation of every day he has this bad attitude?
Well, they tried to keep it in-house. You can't keep all of it in-house, so some of it exploded, like the Jordan Lucas situation, and even a situation that my boy alluded to with the whole.
But have you heard of? And this is a slick tactic by NBA teams, and I've seen this too. A slick tactic by NBA teams is to leak out things about your character, because what it ultimately does is it diminishes your value, and then all of a sudden, when they diminish your value, well, we'll give you a 4-year, $63 million deal. You know, after no team will give you the same extension because they didn't leak so much stuff out about your character that no team want to touch you. But all the time, like Gilbert Arenas talked about how his value was intentionally attempted to be diminished. When he was with the Warriors, they intentionally stopped playing him because he was playing too good. Like we know teams will go to any length to lessen your value just so they can keep you. And that's why I say whenever I see this narrative that gets pushed out that you a locker room cancer, I have to pull back on it, because we know teams will try to make you look a certain. Because you can't sit here and tell me he a locker room cancer, and then in the next opportunity you give him 4 years, $63 million. You such a cancer. We want to keep you for another.
That's what I'm saying. You gave a nigga an extension.
I don't think that Kevin Porter Jr. was. I don't think that Kevin Porter Jr. was a locker room cancer. He wasn't. I don't think he was. But he was a headache, in some sense. Like however you want to slice it, you know, every NBA player is a headache to a certain extent.
A headache to who?
He was a headache to the front office.
According to who? No, but it's real, because the thing is, the people that's saying he's a headache, these reports happen to be coming out of Houston media, which a lot of the information that the Houston media gets about players in the locker room stems from the Houston front office.
Okay.
They're the ones that leak it out. So the thing is, they telling everybody he's a locker room cancer. He's a problem. He's a hothead.
I don't think he was a locker room cancer. I just think he was a headache. That being a headache and being a cancer is like, if you're a cancer, like Kyrie Irving is a headache, right? But for his talent, you'll be willing to deal with that headache, right? Because what he provides on the court is like far beyond.
He's a headache based on the narratives that the teams kick out to us.
No, it's the situations he put himself in.
No. This most recent thing, like when I've got on Kyrie a ton, but this most recent situation when he requested a trade out of Brooklyn, where everybody thought he was a headache. No,
I get you.
That was him.
I get you from that sense. Yeah,
that was him being a businessman, basically saying,
if
y'all don't want to give me the deal, then retrade me, because that now is now they made it business. But then once he made it business, then Brooklyn in the media basically tried to push this narrative to us that it was just Kyrie being Kyrie again, and nobody pushed the real story as to what was really going on, and it was really just business. He was protecting his value, and now we see he went to Dallas, and what did Dallas do? They read up and gave him his value.
Yeah,
right. While Brooklyn was trying to diminish his value, and Brooklyn was trying to sell that he was a bad player, bad teammate, always getting into these situations. Which some of those situations they were right about, but this last situation, I don't think it was Trey.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you with Kyrie. I'm reading the chat and shit. This shit is niggas going wild in there. In Kevin Porter Jr.'s case, like I was saying, like he's not a cancer, because a cancer is like one of those players where you have to get him up out of there, because the negative energy that they're putting in the locker room is just like, you can't fix that. But when it comes to him being a headache, like that is something that one can be fixed with your
play on the court.
Yeah, your production on the court. And then two, that can be fixed with a conversation, that can be fixed with therapy, shit like that, right? Especially in his case, where like literally the thought on him was he's a hothead. Well, just give the nigga therapy, like I don't know, like figure out a way, right? Especially with a player that's that talented. Like I think he just put up like 24 and 5 this season on like solid efficiency. So like he was worth it, but again, the situation that he had, and then he went quiet for a little bit, and then this situation is like a mad explosion. And considering the trajectory of where the Rockets are expected to go this season, they could really do without all of the drama. So they just start to cut ties with the dude.
Look, I'm gonna give you an example of two different teams and how they handle these situations with these odd players. We see how Houston's handling Kevin Porter Jr. But now let's look at how Golden State handled the Jordan Poole situation. Obviously, behind the scenes, like me talking to former players, right? Like when I talked to Nico Manning, obviously he was in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of stuff coming out behind the scenes, stuff that didn't get reported on the media. This man is in practice. This man crazy in practice. This man don't be practicing hard. Be talking back to the stars when they giving him advice. And you Draymond, he always talking shit, because his favorite target in practice was Klay Thompson. He would mess with Klay. That's ultimately what led to this fight with Draymond and Poole. It was him messing with Klay. Dre stepped in, said something to him, and it turned into what it turned into. So, but look at how Golden State handled the situation. After it got leaked out that this situation happened, as opposed to Golden State leaking out information, making Jordan Poole look like a bad teammate, they gave him his money. And you continuously saw Dre, Klay, and Steph in front of the cameras, always talking about how good of a teammate he is, how hard he works, one of the best players. They all, as no matter what we saw on the floor, him chucking up crazy shots. What we saw every Warrior getting in front of a camera, literally talking about how good of a team. They propped up his value, and as soon as they propped up his value, what they do? Traded him the first time, the opportunity they got. And Mike Dunleavy, you know what he said about the trade? I didn't even think twice about it. They made the trade without even, they got him up out of it. But this is how good teams handle these situations. And then we see how bad teams handle these situations. And the Rockets are an example of a bad team that handled this situation poorly. And now we're here. So it is what it is, man.
The way he was shooting the ball, that nigga was nutty as hell in the playoff. They deserve to trade his ass.
I've been saying for years, I think the Rockets front office, like as a whole, needs a cleanup. Because like dating back to like some of the mistakes that they made with the Dwight Howard situation, how they treated Chris Paul on his last year, like the moment he started going through injury problems, which was expected given that the fact that he wasn't able to practice in the offseason, the way that they treated him, the way that they basically babied Harden to the tune of like basically gutting their entire roster just because he said so. It's just I don't know. The Rockets front office needs a clean sweep and to restart, for them, sort of like resembling Phoenix, and how they sort of, as soon as they got rid of all of those, problem front office people, they were able to, think competently and make the right decisions for them to become a better franchise. And I think the Rockets are in the same boat. So you ain't getting no fight from me on that one.
Oh, it is what it is, man.
Facts.
It is what it is, man. It's been a crazy situation, man. But hey, you know what? Let me ask Anti and Tiffany, since we got them both here, man. And these are supposed to be, these are supposed to be two football aficionados, man. They supposed to know what the hell they talking about. Can y'all explain to me how the Cowboys are looking like the best team in football right now?
My
Who said they?
I'm saying.
Who said who? Hold up. Bro, they played the Giants and the Jets, nigga. Cool your motherfucking bumper, nigga. Cool your motherfucking bumper, nigga.
Every time
they played the Giants and the Jets, nigga. Cool that shit down, dog.
Daniel Jones,
Hold on.
we're not doing this.
Let me ask you a question. Were the Giants a playoff team?
Barely.
No.
Barely, nigga.
Were the Giants a playoff team?
Man, come on, dog. You talking about Daniel Jones, bro? Stop it, dog.
Oh, hold on.
We know you don't know too much about football, Lamar. I ain't even finna play with you, bro.
Daniel Jones, we're not Lamar.
We know you don't know too much about football, Lamar. I ain't finna play with you, dog.
I know y'all was gassing them up last year.
No,
I wasn't gassing shit up about no Daniel Jones.
Nobody ever gassed him up.
I remember y'all was Daniel Jones.
Nah, Shane, wasn't nobody saying shit about no Daniel Jones, dog. I was surprised they didn't pay that nigga $40 million.
I remember
that motherfucker was 13 of 11, nigga, like from interception to touchdown ratio. That nigga didn't deserve no money like that, man. Nah, he go. You the same nigga with that. You gonna come with the. I'm starting to believe you a closeted Cowboy fan now. You just like a Cowboy fan. Oh, this our year this year. We gonna do this year. We gonna do that. We going to the Super Bowl, and then you get to the motherfucking playoff, niggas get the punching on your motherfucking ass.
Hold on. So hold on. Who's their next game against? I'm about to find out.
Bro, they not gonna be battle tested until week 5 when they play San Francisco, bro.
Thank you, Anti. That's when you gonna really.
That's when they gonna be battle tested.
Okay, so hold on. I heard the same story. Like we can go back to last year, right? If we go back to last year, right? It was so many games last year where y'all made these claims that this is the game they gonna lose and whatnot.
Nope. They had an easy schedule.
So now they got an easy schedule. So
look at their schedule.
Okay, look, but they got to play their division games. Their whole division's 2-0 right now. Are these all
and like I said, bro, besides the Giants, no, the Giants is 1-1.
Okay, be honest. Are they not looking like the best defense in football?
No, they not.
Can you be
honest? They beat up on the Jets and the Giants, bro. That shit don't excite me, dog.
The Jets just won. The Jets won without
nigga, on a punt return.
So?
And 4 turnovers.
That's a win.
Man, stop it, bro. Zach Wilson is ass, dog.
Come on, we're not doing this.
Zach Wilson is some ass, bro. Don't worry about it, though. Hey, Tiff, like I said, bro, like your next game, y'all got who y'all got?
Who is your next game, Lamar?
See, here's the problem.
Both of them trash.
See, this is what happens when they lose to a bad team. Y'all just say they was trash. When
they shouldn't lose to no bad team.
Hold on, but they're not just beating the bad teams. They beating the life out of the bad teams.
Bro, I'm not like I said. I'm not impressed until they
when they play San Fran. You make sure you make sure
you come back on here and talk to me then, dog.
Hold on.
If y'all win,
hold on. Let's do this. Hold on. No. Let's just bet now.
I'm not betting shit, nigga. You like sending a dollar a day payments, nigga. No.
Okay, hold on. We'll get clarity. No dollar payments, full payment up front.
All right, what you want to bet 50?
Nah, I ain't gonna bet 50.
What you want to bet 20?
He don't do that. He don't do
what
that.
What you want to bet? What you want to bet 20?
Yeah, we bet 20.
A slight 20. All right, we can bet 20. San Fran straight up.
20.
San Fran straight up.
20. All right, Lamar. Me and him used to do this last year. We did this last year.
San Fran straight up.
And I didn't pay Tiffany in payment.
Yeah, he paid me full, Anti. He did.
That nigga sent $1 a day to me. I'm not playing with LeBron, bro. He only owed me $20. $1 a day. I'm not playing with him, bro.
All right,
but nah, if you ask me across the board, it's San Fran as far as defense in my book. As far as because, like I said, they got Micah. And that dude, if you look at it right now, he's probably MVP of the league behind Tua, maybe. Nigga, the dude is
I'm
great.
putting my
I'm
the
not gonna
dude is
never knock what that dude doing. The dude is great.
Oh,
but
how do you feel about Tiffany's Baltimore Ravens, who are also 2-0? They played a pretty weak ass schedule too.
What you mean? Wait.
Don't get you know what? I'm not about to get started tonight, bro. Not on Lamar Jackson.
We're about to get started because everybody had picked Joe Burrow to win this past week.
The Texans
to win.
Joe, hold up, but Tip, hold up. Joe Burrow's hurt.
No, but they had picked. They said we were the underdogs. They said that they was going to win this week.
I don't know how. If Joe Burrow still dealing with that calf injury, I know he was hurt coming in.
They said they was going to be back, and they said that everybody would. I even went. I went up in these streams betting against these Negroes, and they didn't want to believe me. I told him he was hurt. They said,
that nigga, that boy was hurt, bro. He's been. If you paid attention to him in week 1. He ain't been the same since he started the season, and you can tell, bro. Like he ain't even mobile like he used to be. Like nah, he hurt. They should have set him, dog. Like I don't know what they doing.
People picked them, and they knew he was hurt.
If Lamar the best, if y'all say Lamar Jackson is the GOAT, you talking about against a Bengal team?
The GOAT.
He dinking and dunking.
Nobody ever said the name.
It says on the screen. Look on the screen. Look at the comment.
The GOAT. Hey, Mike Jones, stop playing, bro.
No. Why is he dinking? Why is he dinking and dunking passes? He throw 24 or 33 only for 237 yards. He just dinking and dunking. He
didn't dink and dunk. Now you lying because Odell did get hurt in that game. He had to get put out.
Oh, so his
damn Odell hurt again?
Yeah, he already hurt. He's hurt. He got hurt in that damn game.
God damn, bro.
I don't watch too much football. What's up with Odell? Is he
been hurt, bro? Ever since I could say like what? Ever since he's. You can honestly say, bro, ever since the season after the catch, bro, he's been shit. No, he had another season after that. So it was 3 seasons and he was done. He's been hurt ever since.
And he was so excited about this season. I don't know how long he's.
And that nigga hurt up. God damn, bro.
You think he could?
Let's see what's going on with the Ravens, man. Because I don't even think they that nice, man.
Yeah, keep it up.
They 2-0 right now.
After this
performance
of
they can be nice at 2-0, but the Cowboys can't be nice at 2-0.
No, I'm not saying the Raiders is nice, dog. The Ravens is nice. You did not hear me say that. But I'm not finna sit up here and lie about what the Ravens look like and then what the Cowboys look like, bro. Don't you know the Cowboys? I think out of the points they've been scoring, bro, most of them, like I think they are number. Like they've been in the red zone like 7 or 8 times and only converted twice.
And check this
like their offense is not clicking like that, bro.
Lamar, I give you your defense.
I bet they start because I believe that the Cowboys beat the Cardinals.
They gonna smash them niggas, bro. I believe that's gonna be food. That's gonna be food.
Yeah, we got them.
Now the Patriots might be a decent. That might be a decent game. You ain't gonna blow out a Bill Belichick team.
I bet they start the season 6-0.
They not beat San Fran.
That's San Fran. Where's the San Fran?
They not beating.
Is it
that Purdy motherfucker over there? They not beating him, dog.
Every time y'all gas up one of these teams, they lose. That's how I know they gonna lose.
No, they okay. Stop it.
Lamar, hold up. Who was the last? Hold up. Lamar, who was the last team to beat him?
Okay.
Damn right.
Oh, beat him in the playoff, but you know.
Damn right.
That was because Dak, just came back from injury.
You still got the same problem.
No.
What you mean?
He had a full offseason.
Man, that's still the same fucking quarterback, dog.
No, it's not. Why do you think they so dominant right now?
Oh my
God. They defense.
It's their defense, Lamar, and the special teams.
No, last year,
excellent.
Dak led the league in interceptions. He's not doing that this year.
Because he ain't barely touching the ball.
Nigga barely throwing the ball.
Okay, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Oh my
man, stop it, bro. It's gonna come to a time, bro. They're gonna have to put the ball in his hand, dog. And he gonna fold. Watch.
I'm not saying Dak's gonna be Peyton Manning. I'm just saying the Cowboys are gonna be a Super Bowl contending team.
Oh, I got him. Hey, look, I said going into the season because how weak the NFC is, dog. It was 3 teams who I was banking on: the Cowboys, San Francisco, and Philly. The thing is, they division not as trash as I thought it was gonna be because now you got Eric B. Enemy over there in Washington, and like he turning that damn team around.
The Commanders
so like 2-0. Exactly. So like it's not gonna be easy for them motherfuckers even just to make the playoffs. They fuck around and lose to the Giants. They fucking around lose to the Eagles. Oh, and Washington. Hey, them niggas might find themselves in a hole.
Hold on. You have to say a team that's 2-0 in the NFL is good because, I mean,
Not necessarily, Lamar, bro. You can play some badass teams, dog.
I know, but here's my thing. In the NFL, you only get 16 games, right?
Yep, not 17.
17. Remember 17.
Okay, so 17. But the thing is, so that means if you can get to 6-0, 7-0, I mean, if you can get to 6 wins before most teams, that 2-0 is a good start. That's a hell of a start when you only.
But you right. But it depends on how many times you done played your divisional opponents in that 6-0. If you ain't played, okay, so they haven't played no division games yet, right? They played the Giants, right? Yep. Nah, the Cowboys ain't played. Hold up, they played. The Giants.
That's in their
division. So they won. They 1-0 in their division right now. They still got to play the Eagles twice. They still got to play the Commanders twice, and they still got to play the Giants one more time. Them not easy games, bro. They divisional games.
I remember y'all told me that last year. Didn't they smack the Eagles around 37?
No, they did. Jalen Hurts was hurt. We're not doing
that. This nigga Hill, bro.
Hold on, they beat the life out of the Eagles last year. When y'all talking about they couldn't beat the Eagles, they beat the life out of them.
Was Jalen Hurts a starting?
I don't think did Jalen Hurts play that game?
I don't think he did, Anti. There you'll be Lamar. Don't do this.
And remember, the only time the Eagles got a win, they barely scraped out a win at the end of the year last year.
But they won. Don't do this.
They barely scraped out a win. And
Lamar, I love it, bro. Like, keep it up with the Cowboys. They gonna sit up here and make you so happy. They probably do make the playoffs, but the minute they get there, they're gonna get their ass whooped, bro.
Okay, that's
because they don't have a quarterback.
That's a different story. But in the regular season, I know y'all always wrong about the Cowboys.
I'm never, bro.
We won our payment, Lamont. We ain't gonna be up here, right? We're gonna hockey for the payment. Since you would have bet against San Fran.
I'm texting you the whole game. Give me my money.
I know Anti gonna text me, but as soon as the game over, I already know. But that's all right.
Text you the whole time. I'm texting you the whole game.
I know they're gonna win the game.
They're not beating San Fran. Hold up. Where is it? Is it in San Fran or on AT&T Stadium?
That don't mean nothing. That don't matter.
Means a lot. Is it gonna be a candle? Is it gonna be a candlestick?
Oh, let me see.
It's not candlestick anymore.
Yeah, they got to know it. Yeah, they got to know it right now.
Hold on. I'm wrong there. That's not right. Hold on. Let me look at.
Is it at or versus?
It's at. Hold on. Let me see.
Oh, so yeah, they got to go to San Fran. Oh shit. Yeah, they got to go to San Fran. Oh shit.
They're gonna be ready for y'all.
You know what though? I think the Cowboys are gonna win by more than 10.
Oh, that's definitely a $20 bet. Hey, I definitely bet 20 on that. Give me 10 points.
No.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Exactly. You don't believe that shit yourself, Lamont.
Hold on. What kind of odds you give me on that?
Nothing.
3-1.
No.
Why?
That's why I said just bet straight up, dog. Both of them teams are good.
Look at T-shirt.
Look at T-shirt there. See, he's talking about you.
No, hold on, because y'all know I'm right about the Cowboys. Because I'm saying,
nah, bro. Nah, if they had a quarterback, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that defense is on fire right now. That defense is crucial, dog. Like Michael Parsons probably gonna be defensive player of the year. If not MVP of the year.
Hold on, I'll take that bet, Mike Jones. I bet you they don't lose by 15.
What I will say about this, I like San Fran, but their corners, I think the Cowboys got better corners.
Oh, I keep forgetting they got Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
God damn.
The San Fran.
Oh, damn, I keep forgetting they got Stephon Gilmore on the other side of the ball. Oh.
So San Fran.
You know what, Lamar? It might. You know what, bro? No, it might do beat them motherfuckers, yeah, dog. And you know why I say that, bro? Mm-hmm. You have no elite fucking quarterback in the NFC. It's no elite quarterback in the NFC, bro. Even if you want to go to the best quarterback right now in the division is Jalen Hurts, and that's fucking sad.
And I'm about saying Jalen Hurts after Thursday performance.
Exactly, that's sad because he's not even playing like a top 5 quarterback right now.
And this is my prediction. He goes for over 300 yards versus San Francisco.
Who?
Dak.
Get the fuck
You
out of here, bro.
Now, anti.
See,
I
now
will-
here you go with that
anti,
bullshit, Lamont.
Anti. I will tack on an extra $5 bet on top of that.
I'll take
Oh,
that bet.
Hey, I take on an extra $10 bet on that if you want to.
Oh, we just doing small increments.
All right. Okay. So 300 yards. Now I bet another 5. I bet Christian McCaffrey have 120 rushing yards against y'all defense.
120.
120.
Bet.
So we got So we got 5. Hold up. So we got 5. We got 5 that gonna throw for 3, which I know he's not. And we got another 5 that Christian McCaffrey on the other side of the ball gonna run for 120.
Okay. Bet.
And we got 20 on the game.
Yep.
Cool.
Cleaning up.
Lock it in.
Be a hell of a day, man. Finally get paid from antisocial.
That's gonna be, boy. It's gonna get dark for you. It's gonna get dark for you quick. And then not to say, bro, that ain't the Giants, bro. That ain't the Jets.
I want you to know we just sat here for 20 minutes over a bet that y'all could have said in like 5 minutes. I just want to let y'all know.
That's Lamont.
That's Lamont because Lamont don't really know too much about football, dog.
Bro,
but he always come on here lock and key step with these cowgirls, bro. He did the same shit last year.
This is where I messed up. Last year I messed up by betting on them in the playoffs. If I would have bet on them in the regular season, I would have cleaned up because they started the season last year where they were saying they wouldn't even make the playoffs.
Nobody did. You lying. Didn't nobody say the nigga wasn't gonna make the playoffs?
No, Anti, you said that.
No, I did not, bro. They was the best team. They was the second best team in their division. So I could never say that.
Oh, y'all saying that after the fact.
No, bro. That defense was legit last year, so I know you a lie.
They was too good of a team not to make the playoffs.
Exactly. And the NFC is not that strong, so I know they were gonna make the playoffs.
Now they a good team.
Oh my! I can't. Hey, look, it's not they are a great team, but like I said, bro, the NFC right now is void of great quarterbacks, bro. Like if you talking about the top 5, the first 4 is in the AFC. If you want to really get gangster with a nigga, all 5 of them in the AFC if Aaron Rodgers was still on playing. The first 5 quarterbacks you taking are in the AFC. It's none in the NFC, bro. It's like elite. Kirk Cousins, trash. Who you got? Justin Fields, trash. What you got? What you got?
Jared Goff. Now y'all blaming the Cowboys because they playing in a division they can't control.
The thing is, though, they still gonna lose. If you ask me, I still think San Fran, and they might not. I gotta see them niggas against Philly too.
Yeah, I got to see them against Philly and San
I gotta see them against Philly too.
Why y'all gotta see them against Philly? Didn't they dog walk Philly?
Because Philly just went to the Super Bowl last year. That's why.
You can't disrespect them, Lamont. They did go to the Super Bowl.
What the Cowboys do to Philly last year?
Yeah, when they had the backup quarterback.
Oh, why is it always when they beat them, they put up 40 on the board against the Eagles?
And that Jalen Hurts was not playing. Don't try this.
I remember this bet. In what 3 more weeks they gonna play? Yeah. They finna stomp. They finna have fun against the Cardinals, bro. You ever seen the movie Don't Be a Menace when they stomped those dude in the street and had that nigga flat like a pancake? That's exactly how they gonna do the Cardinals, bro. They gonna be jumping over them. Nah. They finna fuck them boys up, dog.
That nigga said nah.
They finna fuck the Cardinals up, bro. It's not even gonna be funny how they finna do them, dude. Joshua Dobbs starting, a rookie. They finna fuck them boys up. Michael Parsons probably had 3 sacks in that game. If not more.
So Lamar, we not impressed about the Cardinals coming up.
I'm not impressed. And Telly, this nigga that left his own screen.
No, he been having problems all day. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
But hey Tiff, I didn't even know about. Is he out? Like, is he good or is it something serious?
Last time I checked, I don't think. Hopefully, it's not that serious. But
was it one of his lower extreme, like hamstring or something? His knee?
I forgot what it was with him.
God damn, this nigga can't stay healthy for shit, bro.
That's tough. That's tough, bro.
It really is, dog. Like the season already starting off with these
I mean,
motherfuckers getting hurt. Like
what
Yeah,
happened
the last
tonight?
time I
The Nick
heard,
Chubb made me cry. I mean, almost made the Nick Chubb, and what happened to Jay? I mean,
what happened with him tonight? I ain't even see that.
he heard I think the same thing that happened to him 2015. That he was worried about. He was grateful he claimed black, but it was a terrible injury on the field. Everybody was so concerned about him.
you talking about that
He was
leg injury?
carted off. Yeah, Nick
Like,
Chubb.
yeah. Oh, she was caught. Oh, I gotta go see the play now. Did
I just
somebody hit
looked
him
at
low?
No, I think it wasn't nothing like it's just they were playing playing their defense tonight, so he just
Damn.
happened to.
All right, y'all. Well, I've schooled y'all enough on football. I gotta shut this shit
You ain't
down.
school shit.
We could tell you're an amateur still, Lamont. Okay.
You ain't school shit, Lamont. Cowboys finna get their ass whipped when they come to San Fran.
And I'm gonna go live that game. I'm gonna do a football stream just for that game.
Oh, we can't wait.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, is it Sunday night football or what? That gotta be a night. That gotta be a primetime game.
I hope it is.
Let me see.
That gotta be a primetime game.
Eagles.
The Niners and the Cowboys. Is it 7:20?
That's a nighttime game, yeah.
Oh,
I was about to say, it gotta be a nighttime game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be easy stream. A little light stream, man. Just to make sure y'all pay up, man. And I'll
Just make sure you pay me my money, dog. And don't be like, I ain't bet you that. Nah, nigga. I'm gonna bookmark this goddamn stream just in case.
Hold on. Do I still
just in case?
I think I
Nah, you paid me, but you be like, nah, Anti, I don't remember you. Nah, we didn't. Nah, I'm like, nah, nigga,
Bro,
we betted that. I'm like, yeah, nigga,
no,
you gonna pay me this time. This nigga need to fix his Wi-Fi.
He
got McDonald's Wi-Fi, sir.
He ain't paid yet.
All right, my shit. Head on. Can you guys hear me? I'm messing up on my end.
Yeah,
man, go ahead and set this shit down, dog.
Go ahead, Lamont. We'll catch you.
Yeah, all right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all pulling.
All right, Lamont. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you.
See you, Anti.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Crazy.
Let's get this one over with. Yeah, sorry about the little technical issues, man. Something going on with the internet, man. I don't know. We'll get it fixed. Get everybody out.
You got any episodes upcoming this week or what?
All right. But yeah, look, hopefully y'all can hear me still. If not, man, FYF Sports, man, another good stream. Man, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be doing a live stream in the morning tomorrow. Or not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening. So we're gonna catch y'all on the next one. It's FYF Sports, man. Yeah, we out.